there and doing it every year. And not only does it teach the kids how to tell a joke, but it's all about self-confidence, really, and how to present yourself.
Well, if you can get up there in front of a crowd of strangers and put yourself completely on the line, job interview, piece of cake.
Right.
After that. So these are all these sort of little unorthodox, unique, and tangible things I think that we're able to offer here, quite frankly.
And comedy really isn't that easy. People think it's... if you've ever tried it, you can go down fast.
Have you tried comedy, John?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And it didn't work.
When?
I don't know. I did it maybe in the 80s sometime.
Really? Like an open mic night?
Yeah.
Where?
In the city.
Really?
Yeah. So... I wasn't that successful. And wasn't that funny.
Let's have a taste, John.
And you wrote a routine? You must remember your jokes.
I don't.
Come on.
No jokes.
Come on, try them again.
No. Can't remember.
All right.
I wish I
you
could.
can remember them. All right. You know what?
What?
I'll tell you. Actually, I don't like to brag about this because I'm not really good at it. But I've been really practicing my clairvoyance.
Oh, okay.
All right? So John can't remember these jokes. So as a clairvoyant...
Okay.
I can't talk to dead people. I'm not that good yet.
Okay.
But I can talk to living people, but I can talk to them from like 20, 25 years ago.
I never knew that about you.
That's incredible.
It's something else, right?
Right.
It hasn't come in where we need it yet, but now I really want to know what jokes John did.
Okay.
Right? So what I'm going to do right now is we have a candle. All right, we're going to light the candle.
Okay.
It's an electric candle. Just to let everybody know that. It's not a real candle. Hold on, we're going to have Chris come in and alter the lights here. Okay. Now remember...
this is a first,
Yeah,
we're bringing in the spirits here.
That's right. Now you can watch live.
Right.
All right? WHNT Radio.org.
Right.
Looks good.
Good. And this is Radio Seance Theater. Oh, thanks for the echo, Chris. That was a good sound effect. Chris, we had a little technical malfunction out there before?
Yeah, I think I think one of the girls sat on the space bar of the encoder.
Oh, okay.
But it recorded a huge part. I don't know exactly where her rear end hit the space bar, but the file is very large, so I know we have a good part of the show.
Okay, but possibly not all of it.
Possibly not. Probably.
Probably not
Definitely.
all of it.
Definitely not all of it.
That's too bad.
But we have been streaming live the whole time.
We have been streaming live.
Is that true, too, or no?
Yes.
That is not true.
That's not true.
No.
But we're back on now.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
What? And you know what? If you're listening out there, and I know out there in Radio Land,
right?
We're getting our listeners, John. I think it was proven with the voluminous amount of YouTube hits we had.
It's out there, boy.
Yes.
And they're waiting for it.
So I want my friends to text me. Text me if you're listening. I'm not going to get my number out, but if you're listening, shoot me a text, and maybe I'll give you a ring, but not before. For the first time ever.
201-854-8224.
Yeah, call in. 201-854-8224. WHNT Radio, WHNT Radio.
Right.
Now, for the first time ever on radio, we're going to do a little thing called Radio Seance Theater. So we just found out that John did some stand-up comedy back in the 80s.
Right.
What club, John?
I think it was called, I don't know, it was somewhere in the Village.
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
And did you go, now, was this something you did all by yourself, or did you go with a couple of friends?
Went with a couple of friends, and actually it was part of a movie we were shooting at the time, back in the 80s.
Well, now we continue to peel the onion. All right.
And it may have made some, I think they did a little film on it. It may be out there somewhere in Filmland. But,
so this was taped, the stand-up performance?
This was taped.
You know, John, it's no secret to me that you're a born performer.
Yeah. Secret to everybody else, but I mean, for 25 years. But
so you've been in movies. You've tried stand-up.
I've been in movies. I've been in a few movies. Yes, I have.
All right. Let me see what... remember Karnak, John? I'm going to do a little Karnak right here. John, were you ever in a rock and roll band?
Yes.
Yes, you were. John, were you the singer in the rock and roll band?
No, I was not.
Oh. What did you do in the rock and roll band?
I was a drummer.
You got to be kidding me.
I was a drummer.
Did you have a mic that you sang into sometimes, John?
No.
Oh, John, you were a drummer?
Yes.
And you still play the drums?
No.
But you don't forget something
I'm
like that.
retired. I'm a retired drummer.
You're a retired drummer. Why?
Somebody stole my drums. That's basically it.
Like a pickpocket?
Yeah, I had my drums stolen, and I actually lent them out, and then a year later, the person brought back the drums that were not anything like the ones I lent out. My drums cost thousands of dollars. He brought back, one you can buy at Walmart.
Why'd you lend your drums out?
No, I wasn't using them. He was an ex-student, and he wanted to start a recording studio. So I lent them out to him.
Always the nice guy, John.
Always the nice guys, but nice guys sometimes finish last.
And what was the name? Now this is in This is as a kid. You had this rock and roll
At
band?
high school and college.
Bergenfield?
High school in Bergenfield, college in Teaneck.
Where'd you go to FDU?
FDU.
FDU Teaneck, Metropolitan
FDU
campus.
Metropolitan. You know it.
That's a beautiful campus.
You know it. You know it.
Well, I didn't realize you walked those halls. Now those halls are hollowed.
They're hollowed. They're no longer there, I don't think.
What was the name of your band?
We started out with the Pyramids, and then the second name was the Morning After, and then I think we had a third name in college, but I can't remember it now. But
and you would
the
play
Pyramids and the Morning After are the two names I remember.
You would play parties and stuff?
Battles of the bands, parties, American Legion halls, whatever.
Really?
You
And
know.
covers or original songs?
Mostly covers.
Really?
Our original songs were.
What was your showstopper?
Did we have a showstopper? Maybe my drum solo.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
had a good drum solo. So
All right,
maybe
so
that.
you had your band, but then
Right.
then you went to college. And
Went to
then you
college.
let the band go.
Let the band go. My couple of guys went into the Navy and the Army and broke up. And then I tried to resurrect it in college, and we did it. We played. The big thing is that we played in Englewood. We opened up for a group called Spirit, which was very popular at the time, and that was my
Claim to fame.
to fame.
Spirit. Well,
Spirit.
they sound familiar.
Yeah, they were a pretty big band. Actually, they got invited to Woodstock, and they did not go.
Really?
Which was a bad business decision.
Yeah, I'd say so.
So they did not play, but if they had, you would have
Wasn't
heard.
Spirit the band that it turned out that Led Zeppelin was ripping off a lot of their riffs?
Could be.
I believe it is. If somebody
be.
knows that information, call on in.
Yeah.
201-854-8224, WHNT
Right.
Radio, WHNT.org.
Right.
This is Rob Meyer, along with JP, John Pluchino,
Yeah.
and Chris DePiro.
Chris
Chris,
DePiro.
you look very focused out there, Chris. What's going on?
I'm trying to find some spooky music for you.
Oh, that's what we were waiting for.
Okay.
So, all right, radio, seance, theater. This is Rob Meyer with Radio Seance Theater. Today on Radio Seance Theater, we're going to go back to 1980. What year was that, John? You did the stand-up?
That may have been 1993 there. That
1993? Okay.
20 years ago.
We're going to go back 20 years. All right, I have a little Ouija board here. Hold on a minute. We're going to try to... Spirits of 1993, John Pluchino. Can you hear me? We need to get into deep concentration here, John. Hold on a second. Guys, if you lose me, I'm going to go into a deep meditative state.
We can't
It's
talk
probably not
or
going to
anything.
be me. No, it's probably not going to be me. I'm going to try to... John Pluchino, 1993, if you hear me, I beckon you to this radio show. Nope, I don't hear anything yet. Let me try again, John. I've really got to concentrate. Well, let me hold the candle up to my face. John Pluchino, 1993. I compel you to show yourself. Somebody hear me out there? Hello? You guys hear that? Hello?
Hello?
It's John Pluchino, WHNT Radio.
1993?
Who's this? Hello, who's this? Is this John Pluchino, 1990? This is
No,
John.
this is 2013.
Yeah, but this is 1993 over here, John. Wow, I haven't been in this radio station in a long time. So, I did some I heard you guys talking.
Mm-hmm.
I did some on the air. Sorry, Mr. Pluchino, 1993. We have John Pluchino. This is something else. We have In the studio, spiritually, John Pluchino, 1993. Right on the other side of the glass, John Pluchino, 2013.
Right.
Now, if they cross, who knows what's going to happen with the space-time continuum?
It could send like Star Trek
John,
kind
do you
of
have
vibrations.
John, do you have any questions for your 20-year-old,
20 years ago?
Yeah, the you from 1993?
Yeah. Okay, where'd you get those clothes? I mean, that jacket. I mean, you should have retired it. That was an 80s jacket. It had the puffed shoulders and stuff.
I was just going to say that to you because it seems like you still wear it on all the Supers corners. I get to some of those.
It just shows you where my wardrobe went for 20 years.
Well,
nowhere.
Future me,
30 years.
Future me, I figured you retire some of that stuff.
Right.
I didn't think we were going to keep wearing it even now, 20 years later, John. I mean,
All right, 30 years later.
So, John,
That was St. Joe's. That was from St. Joe's, 1984, when Mr. DePiro was a student.
I remember Chris. He was my student in 1984. I guess he was both of our students, John.
All right.
So this is something else. We have John 1993, John 2013. John 1993, tell us about the stand-up comedy show you went to.
I went to or I did?
No, wait, we're talking to John 1993.
Oh, 93.
John, yeah. John 93, tell us about the stand-up show. It was pretty good. I'm very... no, we're talking to 93, John.
Okay.
Now. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry, 93, John. Sorry, 2013, John. All right. 93, John. Tell us about that stand-up comedy show you did. Oh, it was pretty good. I consider myself to be a pretty funny guy. Did some stand-up comedy. It was actually part of a movie. No, I know. Your future, you told us that already. Yeah, well, we really enjoyed it. I can't complain. So, John, 1993. Have you heard of the Internet? Yeah, I hear people talking about that sometimes. People sometimes bring up the... I believe Al Gore called it information superhighway. Yeah, that's right. Do you think it's going to take? I don't see it taking. I don't see what you possibly could do on the internet that you can't do on the radio. Wow. Well, you're in for some. What about shopping? I do all my shopping on the Home Shopping Club. Really? Is that where you get all those amazing blazers from that you wear at Seward? No, those are professional. I have a tailor up in Bergenfield I went to high school with. All right, well, John, 1993. This is exhausting me being tapped into the afterlife here. So we're gonna let you go, John. You want to say goodbye to yourself?
Goodbye, 1993.
Take it eezy, John. Take care of yourself. All right, very good. Yeah. That was John, 1993. A little radio. Seance Theater. Wow, that was spooky. You don't see that every day.
Well, you don't.
John, was that weird talking to your former self?
It was so weird. It really was. I kind of flipped out there. I didn't know where I was. I was in the Twilight dimensional world. I was into that, and
yeah, it was like the space-time continuum started to get all twirled up.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild.
That was.
So, John, you having a good year, John, in school?
Well, I am. Now with the addition of Mr. DePiro, the radio station actually is a television station. And now we have a hit radio show, Mayhem with Meyer, Fridays, and it really is taking off this year. So
things have really...
All we have to get is students, but, other than that...
they'll come. Things have really, truly taken off since Chris has joined the show.
Chris has joined the show, and we have Super's Corner that we did yesterday, and...
it's been amazing.
It's been a good year so far, and
we got spring break coming up, John.
Spring break coming up.
So,
John, going anywhere?
Oh yeah, probably not. Probably not. Did you ever do when you were in college? You ever do you ever go to Miami?
I never did. I never had enough money to go down there spring break. A lot of people went, but I had about $5 for the week, and I had to make that lunch money last. So
back then, that's a round trip ticket to Hialeah, $5 in 1973.
Yeah, 73. You could go down there and for $200 or $300, hotel,
and have a good time.
Have a good time.
Now
you need about 10 times that.
Yeah. I don't know how these kids do it. I had one good spring break. Well, no, I had one spring break when I was in college.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to go on spring break. So I went to. We good? You all right back there, Chris?
The horde is out there.
I thought of something.
What is that? The hallway?
Horde. The whole horde.
It really is loud out there.
Yes.
So I managed to take one spring break.
Right.
Okay? And it's supposed to be, when you think of spring break, all right, you think about going to the beach, playing some beach volleyball, having a good time with your friends, this, that, and the other thing. So I wasn't married at the time, but me and Holly were together. So she was like, why don't you go to spring break? It'll be fun. Go with your buddies. So my friends drove down, and I was going to meet them down there. So I found a $60 one-way flight to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Here's why it was $60. It was on an airline called Spirit Airline.
I heard of them, yeah. We're talking about Spirit today.
Yeah,
Spirit
they called it Spirit because it was likely you may become one by the end of the flight.
Right.
So it's not that I don't like flying. I don't even like driving with people. You know what I mean? So, you get in a plane, you put in a lot of trust. You don't even meet the guy.
Right.
You just get in this plane. Yeah, let's fly this giant piece of metal up in the sky. I trust you, pal. I get in the plane. First of all, I look out the window to see the plane, and the thing has propellers on it.
You know you're in trouble.
Wow.
Propellers.
You're in trouble.
I'm sitting at the window, and for those of you at home who can see me, there's two guys standing out just looking up at the propeller. And they're just both looking at me. I don't know. I don't know. They're just looking up at the thing. I couldn't believe it. The one guy walks away, comes back with a ladder. He gets up, he climbs up the ladder, and he starts like in the old-fashioned movies where they would try to like get the propeller going by hand. Yeah. And he tried it like 10 times. I don't know. They both start walking away, and then the thing starts spinning on its own. They're like high-fiving each other. Uh-huh. And I'm saying to myself, is this the plane you want to be on? But, nevertheless, we got there. It was the worst spring break you could ever have. We went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Oh.
My school had spring break a week before everybody else.
So nobody was there.
There wasn't anybody there.
Boy.
It's depressing.
Yeah, I mean, most of them go down to Daytona, right? Daytona, Florida. I mean, is that the big spring break?
That's the big spring break.
Location, yeah.
You know who? Chris was a real cool kid in high school. You must have done. Did you get on Miami Express and go down to Miami for spring break?
No.
But he did for his movie.
That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
For the movie, it took another 30 years to get back down there.
You never did spring break while you were at St. Joe's?
No. Maybe down to Jersey Shore. But
that's
never
always nice
went
in
away
March.
yeah. But no, I never went down to Florida for spring break and went crazy. Always wanted to do. I went to Club Cancun.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Cancun.
He went to,
in college or high school?
In college. Almost got killed in Cancun at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning by a native Cancuner.
Really? Cancunian, I think.
A Cancunian.
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, there was a ruckus at the hotel, and I had to leave the hotel and go back to my hotel, and
wow.
There was someone
on the
really upset at me, and I was worried that he was going to jump out with a machete and chase me down the road.
Yet here you are, WHNT Radio, WHNTRadio.org.
Well,
luckily Chris is okay. Do we have people here, John?
We have the Joe of the two Johns and a Joe.
What's up? Hey, Joe. Have you checked out the YouTube page lately? Joe Amaroso and John Jefferson here. So you guys have had your radio show for years. I have 800% more hits already, Mr. Amaroso, in 1 week. He's giving me the big thumbs up. Oh, he's yawning. What's up, guys?
I'm gonna.
Don't mind me. Yeah, come on in. I'm just doing a radio show. Come in and have a seat.
You are funny. You are funny.
We're literally live on the air.
Live with the two John and a Joe right there.
John Jefferson and Joe Amaroso are sitting down with me now.
The lights are very bright over here. We got a candle too.
Yeah, that's right.
We did a seance.
I don't have we have a little bit of a budget.
We got no budget.
So, well, you know what? This is good. Maybe you can put my name on their show.
Okay, it may boost the rating.
And it'll boost the hits up.
No, that's good.
Mr. Amaroso says no.
You could sponsor us if you want to.
26 hits in 4 years.
What's that?
And,
No.
and you have Metallica in the title. What do you mean it's more than that? Chris, can we pull up
wait a second.
WHITradio.org YouTube page? I want to read these numbers
Wait a second.
live on the air.
There was a duplication of the last show. There were two of the same files uploaded to WHNT Radio.
Of which show?
Of the last one, March 15th?
Of your show?
Yes. The one with Metallica, right after yours.
So you're not pleased with the behind the scenes technical operation over here, is what you're telling me. Mr. Jefferson, what's going on? We have with us here. They just walked into my show, and that's
we're
okay.
on the radio, live
John
on the radio,
Jefferson,
so
the John Jefferson,
I won't
And-
speak in my
and-
salty language.
and Mr. Joe Amaroso. Joe, Teacher of the Year, 3 years ago. Is that true?
Wow.
Yes.
Teacher of the Year.
We'd like to thank you for the generous gift you gave him.
I'll tell you the gift I gave him was the actual Teacher of the Year because I know I won that election. I went
Stole
around.
that election.
I went around to every single teacher. Yeah, and so did Joe. And then, well, WHIT Radio, WHITradio.org. You're listening to Mayhem Meyer Fridays, and I have my buddies John Jefferson and Joe
Cream of the
Amaroso,
crop.
and they're coming up next. They have a phenomenal show called
Two Johns and a Joe.
Two Johns and a Joe.
We get an extra bonus point for a very creative title.
What's the, yeah? I don't know how you came up with that one.
Got to ask the host.
What did you could have called yourself the JJJ. I didn't think so
that
either.
rhymes with KKK. We can't pull
Well, I wasn't gonna go there. So what's today's show about?
Megadeth.
Megadeth.
Megadeth, Slayer,
Mr.
Anthrax.
Amaroso, Mr. Amaroso's not even on the microphone, so
No.
I'll ask him questions anyway.
All right.
Mr. Amaroso, are your kids surprised? Oh, he's doing like the naval
This mic picks him up.
signals. Mr. Amaroso, are your kids surprised when they find out what a rocker you are? He says they don't think they know. I'll relay the information for you. Don't
I
worry
think,
about it.
For the record, I think that some of them who do know are very surprised.
Well, I think
and-
it's very cool.
and
And,
they
you
find-
play too, Joe?
Not anymore, no.
But you did play.
Long time.
Joe's a guitar player. John's a drummer. See what I'm seeing here, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Get the band back together.
Get
The
the-
Pyramids.
The Pyramids.
And the Pyramids.
And the Pyramids.
All right,
Jim would
so
like
we're,
to change that to the Stonots.
we're
The
gonna.
Stonods.
I guess we're gonna get ready to wrap things up, right? Is that the end of the show already, John?
Yes.
John's giving me the cutoff
Yeah.
signal.
Wait a second.
Now I know John's partial because these guys are his buddies.
You guys cheat. You guys have
No,
a
I-
format sheet.
Of course, I wrote the format sheet.
That's cheating.
We do it off the cuff. That's not
I could tell.
We're that good.
John is obviously partial because he's part of the show because he keeps cutting into my time.
But I have no idea about these bands, so you know,
So you say,
It'll
but,
be
but you know,
I
you,
have
but you
no
like
idea.
it.
Slayer. I couldn't name one song.
How about Megadeth?
Not one song.
Not one. Metallica.
Not one.
Metallica?
Anthrax.
You
Not
don't know
one.
one Metallica?
No.
They-
I know the
they-
guy
they
has
just
a
have
beard
so-called one.
and he drinks beer, but that's about it. And he's
That was Rob Meyer.
WHIT Radio, WHITradio.org. So I guess we're going to wrap it up. No phone calls. Yeah, baby.
all right.
So thanks for listening to Meyer Mayhem Fridays on WHIT Radio, WHITradio.org. Next week's a short week, Chris.
Yeah,
So I don't know if we're going to be able to do a Thursday show or not.
I believe we can.
All right, so we're going to try to squeeze a Thursday show in next week. And, hey, John, if you had to choose, you could only have one show on your station. Would you have me or two Johns and a Joe?
You're fired, Rob.
No. You can only pick
That-
one.
that's
No,
too
we're your
easy.
two children. We're hanging off a cliff. You can only reach for one of us. Okay? Or we both fall.
He loves us.
Oh, he's going to let us both go. All right, well, thanks for listening
I know how
to
to fly,
Meyer
I'm okay.
Mayhem Friday on WHIT Radio, WHITradio.org. Thank you, John. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, Vinny Nardiello and class, and we will see you next week.
They should last week with the bagpipes.
Oh, it's great, right?
That was so set up too with that telephone bingo.